Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video on my channel. Now, today we're going to be talking about the one and only ICP. Now, ICP, when this thing first came out, this thing just died. Look at this, right? We are on the monthly straight red candle, then another one, and then we're going down sideways slowly. And then we started to build a foundation around, if we go here on the weekly, pretty much around the $4 mark, right? So as you can tell, pretty much there's a support right here. And then there was like pretty much a reverse head and shoulders, right? You see the weekly here, here, right? Goes down, boom, reverse head and shoulders pretty much. And then we start pumping, right? If we break it down over here, we could see pretty much we retested. We went above these areas. We went above pretty much $9.30. And we retested multiple times and we started to go up. The price action for ICP is kind of messy, but overall, when you look at the candles, right, you can tell pretty much they're closing higher and higher, indicating that ICP wants to go further up. And now, I do think personally, this coin, just pretty much based off market cap, could go to around, I think, a 15x. A 15x to 20x is very possible. On the more conservative side, you could aim for a 10x, which would bring ICP to around $160. Um, Remember, these things will have more money pumped into them at one point. So, like I said, they could be going slowly up from 7.5 billion to, like, let's say 40, and then they could have a spike from 40 to 150 billion and just be in that $150 billion market cap for literally just a couple hours, right? Even 1 or 2 hours, and then it could go from $150 billion market cap down to 100 billion market cap in just a day or two. Price moves really fast for an altcoin season. We've seen in multiple different time frames for different charts. And yeah, I think that could be very possible. But right now, in terms of technical analysis, ICP still has some way to go, right? Pretty much we have to go and break above and respect this area over here, which we still haven't done, right? We tapped into this weekly candle. Now we're getting kind of rejection, and we probably will start rebounding, probably around this area. So I think around the $15 mark, maybe a little bit higher, will be the last time you can buy ICP for that price before, you know, maybe the next bull run, it might reach this price again, or if things get really adopted and the whole crypto world changes, then we might never see this price again, right? So once we go and retest this and start pushing up, we gotta break past this $22 mark. Once we do that, right, I can draw it out for you guys very quickly. Go path, right? So go down, whatever, do steps, eventually break up, boom, right? That's what we pretty much want to see. And then from there, the next big area would be around the $37.50 mark. We could see pretty much there is many wicks, right? We're on the weekly right now. We could pretty much see one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, and then there's some price action that goes kind of here, but not as low. And that's another key point, right? Once we break there and we go above it, though, the next key area where I see, right? Now, here it gets a little interesting. So I'm going to mark up this area. Boom. This is kind of the last resistance from what I saw and what I remember. We have this. Then we pretty much have, you could debate here. And oops, get that out the way. I'm on my sister's laptop right now. And pretty much, we could mark this area up, right? This could be a little like support and resistance area you could have marked up. And then you also have this kind of like institutional candle around $71, right? But if ICP were to go around $71, it would be around like 5x from here, which would only be what? It wouldn't be that high of a price and that high of a market cap. So for me, like these areas, I'm not really worrying about, especially that I'm trying to be investing in these coins for a little bit of the longer term. And when I say longer term, I mean pretty much from 8 to around 14 to 16 months maximum, because I'm looking to cash out near the peak of this cycle personally, right? I don't care too much about the technology to the point where I'm going to be holding for 20 years. I'm more of a person that wants to make my bag and dip and move on to something else or re-enter the markets when it's convenient once again. So pretty much once we start going up, right? We're going to be doing all the things we have to do, right? Boing, bang, bong. And then pretty much comes the fun part because after this, like I said, there's not much support or resistance, right? If we break it down on the daily, we could see like pretty much this is a key area. And then there's like a lot of movement here, right? Somewhere up here. So around like the 137 to around like the 150 area. And then there's nothing pretty much until we go to 260. Now, 260 would be already a high market cap because, like I said, if we 10x from here, pretty much 162 would be $75 billion. So, um, yeah, if we got to 260, that would be over 110 or $120 billion market cap. But like I said, it could peak, right? So we could peak into those areas. So that is where I'm looking for ICP personally. Um, I do think we could peek into these areas. This is on the higher end though, so I would be more passive and conservative. I don't think we are going to pretty much touch the tippy top where it just sold off. Not yet, not in this cycle. There has to be way more adoption, and I think things need to change a lot more. But in terms of probable targets, and for me, like I said, key areas, $90 you can sell off, but for me that's still early. For me, my first target would be $146, which would be pretty much, like I said, like a 9 to 10x from here. And then for me, the big bang on the money is the $260, or sorry, the $260 mark, because I think that is where we're going to pretty much spike and kind of get a rejection off that, in my opinion, right? Remember, I'm just predicting the price have the price action drawn out for you guys for key levels and key targets. But at the end of the day, you have to make the choice of do you want to invest in this project and where do you want to get out and when do you want to get out, right? You guys could follow me always, right? I'll always give my opinion. You know, I try to always give you, the best, most accurate result, but I can't promise anything because I am not a fortune teller. But anyways, guys, that is my ICP breakdown. And I'll talk to you next time.